Hi everybody, welcome back to my journey of rereading all the stories on my fanfiction.net favorites list. I'm Dawan Mehta, thank you for joining me, and let's just dive into it and start with Null-Fox, Naruto Ultimate Null-Fox by 26 Lord Pain. Okay, so this is a Naruto crossover with Metal Gear Solid, and it starts with like basically Naruto as a child ends up meeting the Sorrow, and the Sorrow just teleports him into the Metal Gear universe a couple years before the events of Metal Gear Solid 1. And aside from, it's basically just retelling of the series with occasional extra training segments. The first arc is a very long training segment where he just, FOXHOUND gets dumped with a child and they're just like, yeah, let's just train him, all of us, everybody's like, oh, yeah, whatever. And then also Naruto just apparently has superpowers of like talking to the dead and basically shaman kinging them and getting their skills and stuff like that. But otherwise, it's basically just the plots of the games with occasional bits of Naruto thrown in on the side. I love the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It was one of the reasons why I got into video games in the first place. It was probably one of the first games I've ever played, and so I have a very, very deep love for this series, but I just never got into this story. Like I said, the plot is the plot of the games, and that should be okay, that's enough, but it's not told in a very interesting way. It just became very dull very quickly. I never built a connection with Naruto or anything else, so I never cared about what was going on to our main character and stuff. It's just it's an okay thing, but you really don't need to bother with this. It's not even done, so there's not even that to go for. Yeah, this one is going to fall off my list. Next is another Naruto fic, Guilty by Association by Gaereth. And so this one takes place after the Wave mission. And what happens is during the Wave mission final fight, Naruto goes a little crazy and starts goes Kyuubi crazy, attacks people, and Kakashi drags him back, and everybody just decides, oh, he must have gone evil and we should just kill him. And the only person that stands by him is Anko. And it's basically just a small short thing where Anko just you gave him hope, people have gone crazy, all this stuff, and just defending Naruto and saying everybody else is a jackass, and then reaching out to Naruto and then making a small connection. It's okay. I get what it tries to set out to do, but it just doesn't seem to have the emotional impact that it needs. And that's basically it. It sets out a goal, but it doesn't. The writing doesn't match its whatever prospects or whatever. It's not good enough to do what it wants for me. It's again another it's a fine piece, but it does not reach its goal for me, and it's gonna fall off my list. Next is Unified Theory by Bouncing Soul. So this is a Harry Potter crossover with Iron Man, and it says crossover in the sense that Iron Man and everybody do exist in this universe, but in reality, this is basically Iron Man 2, but focused on Harry, Harry in the main role, and instead of a tech company, he runs a magic company. It's really basically the same story, and most people consider Iron Man 2 to be one of the, not worst, but least interesting MCU movies, so that's already got a mark against it. I found the start of this story, the first chapter, to be great. where like how he just like decides, okay, I'm just gonna reveal magic to the world. It's like, okay, that's awesome, and the way he does it shows balls and everything. It's like, okay, he's got something. But then, like I said, it just transitions into Iron Man 2, and I just could not stay focused on reading the story. It just never grabbed me. Along with the fact that like there's time jumps that occur during the story that are never explicitly mentioned. So I'll be reading one scene and then the next scene will be 10 years later, and I don't realize that until I'm like 8 paragraphs in, and then I just see like, oh, the previous thing, Teddy was a like a 1-year-old child, and now he's going to Hogwarts. Like, what happened? Okay, I guess when did the jump occur? I don't know. Like, there's problems like that. The action is there. There's a lot of scenes. Like I said, Iron Man 2. Like, so a lot of stuff happens, but I just wasn't interested. It didn't connect with me, and yeah, if you just want to see a retelling of Iron Man 2 with Harry Potter, feel free to read this. There's nothing super bad in here. I just did not care for it, and it's going to fall off my list. Okay. After that, we have more Harry with Harry Potter and the Time Snafu by Lord Jerem. And this is a super short fic where Harry swallows a time turner and then starts time traveling whenever he burps. And it's basically just a series of super short fics, not even fics, super short scenes where like he's just teleported to different points in his own timeline, and then he like butterfly effects and like has a conversation with trying to get a girl, and then jumps later on and then sees, oh, and now I've been in a relationship with this person a lot, and it's like, all right, fine. It's mildly funny. Like like I said, like it's enjoyable enough. But if I never saw this again, I would not care. It's not complete. Doesn't get very far, and yeah, it's only mildly humorous. So it's not a big deal if you miss this one. It's gonna fall off my list. Next is more Harry Potter again with Perilous Prophecies by Yunain. This is an angst fic where Harry solves all the world's problems and then is promptly abandoned. You know, it's a short story that like tells a lot of like how people only care about their heroes when they're doing something for them, and then afterwards forgetting about them. Kind of, you know, you can make a connection to like, you know, soldiers and veterans that we just forget about 90% of the time after they've served their country. Similar thing, and the ending is like, it's not bittersweet, it's just bitter and sad. It's really like, it doesn't go into a lot of specifics, and it's really simple, and I like that a lot, actually. I think going into the specifics might have, one, it would have ballooned the word count, and this being short and making its point quickly and getting out is actually a really good plus for this. And the simplicity makes you put your own imaginations to the pain and stuff that's going through him, which just makes everything, you know, much more personal. So I think it's really good, and if you want some sadness to push away all the sunshine and roses that are cluttering up your life, definitely give this a look. And yeah, I do think that sometimes you do need to read something like sad, in a sense. I think that's a really good thing, and this is, I think, a good piece, and it's going to stay on my list. I think there's two more, both Naruto. So this one, for now we got All Because of a Dress by Maverick9871, and so this is like, this starts the day basically when they become the teams, and Ino accidentally like goes into his house, Naruto's house, and then screws him over in a big way, and that leads to a huge lot of changes in Naruto's living situation and impacts how he and grow as ninjas. So there's a lot of training in this one. It's just a lot of character training, and okay, he's got this, and then character interaction. and it starts out strong, but especially with the character, with like the hitting Naruto and like bringing him down and like getting those emotional beats, it starts out strong, but then it just basically starts papering over it, and like not even papering over it just fills up that hole super fast. Mainly just because, you know, we're still supposed to be told that, like, I guess it's more just who he interacts with, because it's still, this Naruto is still in a world where, like, oh, everybody in Konoha hates him and stuff, but because of who we follow, we only follow people that are just all on his side, all saying, like, okay, we're here to help you, and they just, you know, all help him, train him, shower, and like giving him praise and stuff. And it's like, okay, we know that this nebulous like hatred is there, but it's not really present, so we don't, that doesn't become more of an issue after the first few chapters. And then like the emotional impact then gets blunted, because now it's just, okay, it's just a fic where Naruto just gets a whole bunch of people to train him and be happy, and then alright, I mean, that's not a huge, I mean, that's just undercutting itself, but hey, I like happy Naruto, that's fine. But at the same time, then after this, I just get really bored. There's no huge scenes that grab my attention. None of the character moments are huge dramatic moments or anything. Everything just feels light because, like I said, the juxtaposition isn't really there. And, you know, those just never, there was nothing to suck me in. And the litany of spelling errors that are constantly throughout the place actually kept pushing me out, because I had to keep just, you know, rethinking, okay, what exactly is he trying to say? From a narrative and plot perspective, there's nothing really wrong with this story. It's just pretty uninteresting for me. This is a complete version. There was a sequel, but that was never finished, so take what you will. But yeah, I just find this really uninteresting, and it's going to fall off my list. Alright, and now we have the final story for this week. Is The Fox's Mage by Malachi013. And basically this is a simple Naruto comedy where this Naruto is actually the Kyuubi in human form. Like, he's not the normal character. He's actually just Kyuubi, Kitsune prankster guy who didn't attack Konoha and just there, and then he gets sent to Mahora in Negima, the anime of Negima, to be their gym teacher. And it's a bunch of moderately funny jokes with a bent to him trying to get a girlfriend and stuff like that. It plays off that humor while Neji's constantly showered with girls and stuff like that. They're okay, but it's nothing really, there's nothing bad here, but there's nothing really great. This was never finished. It doesn't even get very far into the anime plot, so it's nothing you really need to see. You can give this a pass, and it's going to fall off my list. So there we have it. 7 more stories. I'm really trying to do this faster. I want to try and get this done within 5 years. But there we go. So I've read 271 stories now, and 146 of them have stayed on my list. Still pretty much around 50%. And honestly, I'm not as embarrassed about these lists that I have that I thought I'd be. Most of these are just not as good as I used to think they were, and they're falling on my list, and as opposed to the, oh my god, I can't believe I read this, what stupidity is this? But then again, maybe that's just the fact that my tastes have not changed, and the fact that in 10 years. Oh boy. But thank you all so much for watching. If you want to read any of these stories, links are in the description below. If you like this video, please leave a like or comment if you read any of these. If you want to be notified when these next videos come out for this journey, please subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.